orphan children in Haiti, Honduras, and India. We bring the love of Jesus by providing their 6 basic needs of clean water, proper food, healthcare, education, job skills, and a loving home. Visit corelove.org, that's CORELUV.org. Will you help defend the orphan?
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show with Richard Schischler, my great co-host and owner of this whole thing. So I have to be nice to him, but he didn't have to be nice to me. It's okay. He always is, though. I mean, some of you may feel like he's a little harsh at times, or he kids a lot, and he does make some interesting observations, and he's always trying to save me if he thinks if my brain is not catching up with my mouth or whatever. But anyway, it's great. It is so beautiful outside. It's amazing, and there's not a cloud in the sky, and it's sunny. And I'm sorry if I know this goes out to worldwide. And so if you're in one of those situations, I know we've all been praying for you guys as well, because it is just horrible. My sister is in Texas, and she's in Lubbock, and her temperature got well below freezing. It was 8 degrees, and I called her, and she said, yeah, it was crazy, absolutely crazy. But they're used to snow and that kind of thing, but we are not. And I had a flashlight by everybody's bed, and at any moment, if it goes out, though, at least we have light and we can find each other. And I got all the cars filled up so that we could go out and charge our phones. And so that's about all the precautions. Chad came over and wrapped all those the exposed pipes, and he got that done, and he went around. It was funny. He came back and goes, "Just a minute, I forgot to do something." He went and made all the faucets drip, and I think I left mine dripping. I probably had a great water bill, but so that's about all the kind of. And I kept the pump running for the pool, and that was it. What did you do to ensure that you don't want to talk about it, do you? You don't look like you're well yet. You weren't feeling good yesterday.
No, I can talk now?
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna talk like that?
No, I'm talking like this.
Okay.
I'm good.
So what did you do to secure your house for your parents?
Well, the norm.
Did you check all the pipes and make sure they were covered?
Yeah, I've already
Done all that
a long time ago. I did everything.
So you just keep them covered?
Yeah, it just depends on what you're doing. Because the way I designed it was all the faucet covers just hang.
Oh.
So if you're wanting to use a hose or something, you attach it or detach the thing and go. And then when you're done,
that's smart.
Cover it up.
Because when Sam would do it, it was like such a big. Take it off was horrible.
No, the ones I bought are really easy to handle, and it's not that big of a deal.
Chad said, you're going to have to go to Whataburger and get 3 large cups, nothing in them, just 3 large cups. I went, what?
That's one way to do it. I mean, it also comes down to how often are you doing it. Mm-hmm. And so I finally got to the point where I was like, this house is going to be here forever, so might as well make it forever. So I bought really nice ones, and there you go. And then the pool's easy. I have designed a system where I could cover it with a canvas. I put hooks on the walls, so I have a canvas that's specific to the pool that I store, and then I have a little light bulb.
Oh, to keep it warm.
A little setup to where it takes like all of, I don't know, 2 minutes. And then I set that up, and then, yeah.
Well, I had gotten, when we were in Willis, I had gotten this little heater that.
I mean, it just depends on how old your house is.
And look, that house is so cold anyway, and all this has done was made it like you're going to, freeze. You could leave everything out that you would put in the refrigerator out on the counter, and it's okay, it's going to be fine because of how cold it was in there. And so after doing everything I could, and just being having like layers and layers of clothes on, and I
layers and layers
of clothes on. I gave this little heater, to Samantha, and she took it upstairs and told her she could use it because I think my room was really warm. I didn't have any fans on or anything like that, so I got in there and it was so cold it didn't matter. And so the only thing I could do without calling and waking her up is to get the hair blow jar. And I took it and turned it on hot, and just kept going over where I was going to get in the bed, and got it all warm like that, and kept it right by my bed. It was great. That's the only way I could do it, and it was fine. And I had.
I mean, it didn't even get that cold.
What? You don't think 20 or feels like 17?
No, I was outside all day on Saturday. I mean, it was.
You were?
Mm-hmm.
Were you working? What were you doing?
Watching the fights and cooking and.
And y'all were outside doing that?
Yeah. It's
well,
nice.
You're standing over a fire.
Sometimes
right?
Depends.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Overall, why are you chewing gum?
Oh.
Yeah, put it in your purse. There you go. Just throw it in that purse. Even though there's a trash can.
No, there's.
Here's a napkin.
No,
like Jesus.
Okay, I'll put it in plastic.
What are we doing here?
I'm sorry.
But yeah. I mean, it's cold, but it's what the way I look at it is we live in an area where it's cold like that. What? 3 weeks out of the year, maybe.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
So you got to enjoy it.
No, I went out this morning afternoon. I went out and sat by the pool, and the sun was it was so warm. It was just.
Yeah, it feels great.
It was awesome. I could have gone to sleep.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. So I walk in the house. I'm sure you're not going to call because you'd have called by now to let me know that you felt better and you're going to be here. And so I
did call you yesterday, but you didn't pick up.
Well,
I didn't leave a voicemail though because I didn't really feel like leaving a voicemail. But
I guess that's why. Otherwise, I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. But I was getting ready. I was going to go back to bed because I'd been so early, and I thought, yeah, he'd have called by now. He'd have let me know that he was going in, and then lo and behold, there you were, and it was like 30 minutes I had to get ready and get here. So.
Well, yeah.
Oh well. Made it.
Yeah, you're my only show today, so I was like, "Are you coming in or not?"
Yes, I got a new shirt.
I couldn't tell.
Well, you couldn't tell? I wear black every single day.
I mean, I don't really see you.
Well, I mean, because of this
partition, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay.
And you're just so short, so it's like, okay.
I know, and I just sink into this little chair that I'm on. It makes me feel like a kindergartner.
But yeah.
But I noticed that, a lot of times whenever I'm telling a story, I didn't know that I was like, when you take your foot and you go bounce up and down with your foot, and I didn't know that. And I looked, behind you because the chair's moving the whole time I'm talking, and I didn't realize how many times I put my hand to my face, put my hair and like and keep touching my face, and I don't know how to stop that, but that's it was annoying to me. I imagine some people having to watch something going. Would you just keep your hands away from your face.
I always touch my beard.
What?
That's the only reason I grow it, so I
Oh,
can touch it.
So you can do that?
Yeah, I twiddle. I twiddle my hair.
Is it getting longer?
Yeah, it's getting longer.
Well,
It's a beautiful thing. I gotta do it as long as I have hair.
that you gotta save it so you can transplant it on top of your head. That would be good.
No, that's not really me. I think when it goes, it goes. I just go with the flow.
Yeah. Well, there's always hats, and y'all wear your hats all the time. But your hair looked the very best
Ooh.
whenever we were first. Let's see. I think when you took over the station.
See, it's sad though, because that's saying that I had other days where it looked the worst.
You what?
It looked the worst. Is that what you're saying? I had a bad hair day?
No, but I mean, what was so cool was it was so Justin Bieber the way you wore your hair. It really looked cute on you. You're really cute. I
Yeah,
mean, you're cute.
I'm
you're
blessed. I'm a
you're still
handsome. I'm a
handsome. I'm sorry.
handsome man.
You're a handsome man, and I know all the girls probably go like, "Ugh, is he single?" You know how we got Connor? You know, Connor would come over there. We go like,
Yeah. You know, it's
Listen-
funny. Is he texted me today.
"What?
Speaking of Connor, yeah.
Did he
reached
say he wanted
out.
to be on?"
I can get him on. He's about some other stuff. I mean, he's a buddy.
Well, of
So
course,
we chat.
of course. He does what Chris
Finance,
does.
yeah.
Financial stuff.
Kick
Yeah.
the tires, Wootton Financial.
I think he needs to join forces with, Connor Halstead.
Yeah, great guy.
Halstead and Wootton, yeah. So anyway, yikes! I was going somewhere with that.
Oh man!
you stop
oh,
me?
man!
You stopped me.
But yeah,
Okay.
the freeze. It's gonna be cold for I don't know a week and a half now.
No, yeah. There's a second one coming. It's on the way.
I don't think it's gonna rain.
Just the
though.
cold. It's just
Yeah.
cold air. Then it doesn't seem like it's very much moisture to it. We are dry. We were dry for so long without having, anything happen. But they said the fog comes along, and they hadn't counted on the fog causing the moisture, and as the fog starts to settle, as it's turning to ice and hitting the ground. That was weird. I've never heard of that fog ice.
You never know.
So it was, but I have heard so much about so many different subjects on Fox, on CNN, I would just turn around to everything, seeing what was going on and seeing who's lying and who's not. But mostly,
Okay.
I just love HGTV. Do you ever watch them?
I've seen the channel. I worked as a PA for one of their shows. I don't know, 15, 20 years ago.
You did?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I did everything. I did crane operation. I did editing. I did silly things like bring coffee. I did all sorts of stuff. My favorite one was I believe I told you this. I don't know how long ago it was, but it was a show. I want to say it was out east of 242 or 99. I think it was one of those developing neighborhoods over there, east side of 45. And I was working, and me, I was that guy. They say, "You go do this. Can you go do this? Can you do this?" I'm like, yeah. And then they give me, you'll love this. They give me release forms, and they're like, "Hey, we put cameras like GoPros in all the construction spaces of these houses, and there's cleaning crews that come in. So we need you to get them to sign this release."
Oh, wow.
And of course, I think at the time I was like 22-ish. And I go, and I don't speak any Spanish, still don't. And I go in there and try to get them to sign this release, and it was a no-go. One lady was like, she thought I was ICE.
Oh, no.
And she immediately grabbed everybody in her party, which were kids and whatever, and they just got in the car and left. And I was like, I was laughing to myself. I was like, I can't wait to talk to the boss about this one, because not only did I not get it signed, I got the cleaning crew not to finish their job. And so I get on the walkie, and I was like, John, I don't know what I said, but they left. And he's like, what? I go, I'm just saying, like, I don't speak Spanish, and I just said, oh, can we please sign this because there's cameras? And like, they got spooked.
Oh.
And they literally left.
Did you have to clean up the rest?
No. And I was just like, I don't know what you want me to do about it. I don't know if you want to give me their number to whoever you hired, and I'll call them. Like, I'm just saying, they just left without really explaining anything. And that was really interesting because
man,
I earned enough respect that week that John understood, and he's like, let me handle it. I'm like, cool. And I'm like, do you want me to wait here for him? He's like, yeah, they'll be back in like an hour. I'm like, cool, I'll wait here.
I remember someone told me, that was working for a church I had been at, and they said, I'm not legal. I said, what do you mean you're not legal?
That's a real thing.
I said, I'm illegal. You're I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
Illegal?
legal thing.
Legal for what?
No, I think what turned out, if I had to guess, because the way that the John character explained it to me was she didn't want her kids on camera. Because I guess she brought her kids to work.
Oh.
And I don't know if the kids were working or if she's brought the kids to work.
Yeah.
But she didn't like that. And I was like, well, did no one explain to her that this is for a TV show? Because there's cameras everywhere.
And nobody just spoke English?
No.
In the crew? No one spoke?
But she came back and she signed the paper and she went back to work. And I was like, okay, cool. So that was, another great story from that time. It was the show, the concept of their show was there's two identical houses. Because it's one of those neighborhoods that, like, you get to choose like 5 floor plans or something. And so they chose 2 identical houses in the neighborhood and 2 different designers. Mm-hmm. And so they designed like the dining room, the kitchen, and the living room.
And then a contest?
And then it was a contest who could design the best whatever. And it was hosted by, I forgot which one, but one of the original Bachelors, like within the first 3 seasons of The Bachelor.
I never watched
I don't know. His name was Bob. I remember Bob.
Bob.
And that dude was everything you expected from
a Bob.
From a Bachelor.
Oh, Bachelor Bob.
On the show, The Bachelor. And my favorite thing about him was like, he was the star. He was the star. And I did this with my best friend, Charles. So it was a great week of just hanging out with him. And I did all the various jobs. He had one job. Was to make Bob happy. And I'm not kidding you. That was his job. And my favorite one was because throughout the day, I'd be like on the walkie talking to Charles. Like, just, we've been best friends since like 7th grade. So we were just chatting. And I go, hey, what are you doing today? And he's like, well, apparently it's 95 degrees outside. So I'm in the van waiting for Bob for the next 2 hours so I can keep it cold for him.
Oh, brother.
And I was like, wait, we're going on a trip? Like, where y'all going? And he's like, oh, we're coming to the next house. I was like, oh, you mean the house that's like a block over? Because we're in the neighborhood.
Drive him?
Yeah, like there was no direct path. I was walking through a path between the houses. Like I wasn't going around the.
What a prima donna.
And I was laughing so hard. And he's like, yep, I'm just sitting here and waiting for Bob. And I go, we're going down a block, right? Like that's where we're going. He's like, yeah.
Man.
And that was one of the funniest things.
And so HGTV, the network, hired y'all to do the show?
No, it was one. You know how standard television works, where a production company puts it on and sells it to whoever. Mm-hmm. So it was a show that was bought by HGTV that they bought the distribution rights to it. So it was they even wanted to hire me afterwards.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I didn't want to be away for it. I remember when they offered me, it was basically like a permanent PA job. I just do everything, and then they're like, "Oh, you can do all this stuff." I'm like, "I know I can do it. I've already done all that stuff." Like,
yeah.
And when I asked everybody, like, because we had an after party, and that was a lot. That Bob was great at the after party. Bob's a great guy. I like Bob. kind of talked to everyone like standalone and their different jobs and asking how they enjoyed it, like what was the downside, what was the upside. And the biggest downside that they all said was they didn't really have a home because they would fly everywhere for, I think they said it was like 48 weeks.
Good grief.
And then they would be off for 2 weeks, but then they would be back in LA for a week or something and then go back and do the same thing. And
Well, if you were going to be part of the production crew that's editing and doing all that stuff.
I mean, it would have been a great experience. I mean, looking back at it, I had the time to do it, but I was just
what
like,
did they pay?
oh, it was nothing. I think I would have made like $26,000
For that year?
for that year if I stuck with them. But then but everything's paid for.
Oh,
So,
true.
like, your
you saved a
room,
lot of money.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't really want to do all that. But then again, it would have been a good experience. I enjoyed everyone. Everyone on the crew was a character, and then I learned a lot. Like the dolly guy who let me do all the dolly work, he taught me like all that cool. I'm talking about the big crane that would do all those really cool house
The
shots. The jib, yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Is that what you learned the jib, right?
yeah.
That's
So that was a lot of fun. I was having a really good time with that.
Yeah.
And then I knocked it over, and I was like, ugh.
No.
I didn't mean to knock it over. But overall, it was great. Like that Bob guy, though. So the after party, where the after party was at like a Twin Peaks kind of place.
Uh-huh.
You know what Twin Peaks is?
Oh, what?
Twin Peaks, the restaurant. It's like a Hooters, but like bigger, and so it's all
Okay,
women-driven
I've never heard of
waitresses. You've heard of Hooters?
Yes, I know what you're
So
talking
you can
about.
imagine
yeah.
a place like that.
But
okay?
bigger and better.
Well, I don't really know what this place was called, but the funniest thing was when your waitresses would come by, they give you like a baseball card, but it was the waitress. So it was really, I mean, like think about that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like, oh, Amanda, I'll be your server. Here's my card, and it's like a glamour shot of Amanda, and on the back it had like, oh, what's your favorite color, all that crap. Well, anyway.
And her measurements and all.
Well, I see. That's one thing I wish I remembered that because that would have been hilarious. But what was great about it though was we had a big party there. I think there was like at least 30 of us there, so we took up a fourth of the place. And Bob comes up to us and he's like, "Hey, how many cards y'all get?" And I'm like, "Cards?" And he's like, "Look, I'm collecting them all." And he has all the waitresses' cards.
Oh, so apparently he wasn't married. He was
Well, I
a
mean,
bachelor.
I guess the Bachelor didn't
Bachelor
work out
Bob,
for him,
yeah.
but I was sitting there, I was like, this guy's awesome. It was so funny, Cindy.
Man, I'm so surprised you didn't stay with that because you really could with all the different tech you knew. At
I
that
wouldn't be
time.
here.
No, that's true.
I probably have dyed hair and, doing stupid stuff. I'm just kidding. I'll probably be working on a Christopher Nolan movie by now. Oh, man, that would have been cool. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Charles and I still have a lot of fun memories. We did so many stupid things because we were the only local people. Because everyone else on the crew was from the production company. So Charles and I were the only local. So we would hang out with everybody during the week, after hours and go places and do things like show them around and yada, yada, yada. So it was a good experience. It was funny. There were some funny stories with people are ridiculous. And
See that it's funny because when we would travel and shoot, and we would try and just take essentials, and then you hire out, when you get to this, or you hire before, trying to find people. That was hard to get all that planned, to get the people from out of, you're going to a different place and you've got certain things you've got to get done, and then you don't know what kind of equipment they're going to bring, or
you just roll with it. Because I just roll with it.
Yeah,
like
well,
I mean,
yeah.
the editor, what he did was the production of it was very fast and efficient. Because the editor would actually set up in one of the bedrooms of one of the houses. So and I would
trailers is
no, there's no. It's just all, they used the entire house, but they're only filming 3 rooms.
Oh, that's right.
So
okay.
they had the rest of the house to store stuff, and so we had a storehouse, and we had editing bay, and so I would bring the tapes, or the cards, and then he'd be editing, so he'd let me sit with him and like do stuff with him, and then I would watch. I spent a whole day with the editor, and that was because they basically would. And actually, that's what inspired me how to do the production here. Was the whole idea is like once you get the tape done, like you don't want to spend time, because most of the time when you're editing, it takes 3 times as long as filming it, minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So he would be slowly editing the episode throughout the week, and so by the time the week's over, he's got 90% of it done. And
Would he do it like an edit in the camera when he would shoot? Would he edit in the camera?
what do you mean edit in the camera?
Well, you shoot like you're going to walk into this room, and so you go through, you look at what you're going to shoot, and then you plot that out in your head, and then that way it's.
But it was a very standard show,
Yeah.
so there wasn't really a lot of artistic. I mean, the jib shots are probably the most artistic shots because they had to do that opening where Bob's like, "And welcome to Home Traders," and it's like you scroll out, like you go up with the jib, and everyone's clapping. So yeah, that was, and then the decorators were local too. I remember that. And then, but man, yeah, that was one of those production things being part of. You're just like, this is pretty cool. And then,
yeah, that is. I love that. I love that channel. And somebody said, "Why do you like to watch all these?" They're trying to find the house, or they're flipping the house. So I said, because it always ends with everybody loving whatever the designer did, and they love the house, and they just.
I didn't even watch that episode.
You never did?
No, I didn't really care.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's probably why they liked me so much, because it was more about the production, not like, like, oh, are you really inspired by this design? Man, does the toilet work? We're good. Like,
you have such an LA attitude, Richard, that nobody would ever guess you were from Conroe, Texas.
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't want to claim cotton. I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, you're right. I would never say. I would say I'm from Willis. I'm from Houston. I mean, smack dab in the middle of it. East End, which was considered East End, Houston was like a, it was like the tough side of Houston.
Yeah. I mean, it changes every 20, 30 years.
Yeah. But it was so fun.
Well, I guess the only thing that doesn't change is like River Oaks. That's kind of never changed. So
River Oaks. That's so funny because me and I was working at a radio station, and me and this girl and her husband, they had a dance studio, but they brought me to help teach the River Oaks. There was some gala they had, and they wanted to have a section where all the old people all got out on the floor, and they were going to be taught how to do the jerk or the I can't swim and all that. And so they said they were going to be bringing someone who was a lot younger, and that she would help teach the the new dance steps. So that's what they brought me for. It was hilarious. I mean, and I looked out there and thought, one day I'm going to be that person out there doing that. So you better be nice, Cindy. There I am. Here I am. I'm that age now that I was teaching how to do the swim and the what was it? There's a bunch of different ones that, man, there's not a lot of different dances now. They used to have
you had like 4. You had like the foxtrot, the waltz.
No, I'm talking about the
two-step.
contemporary ones. Which ones did you do?
I did the foxtrot, the waltz. There's the 2-step, and there's a 4th one. I don't really remember.
So, so did you ever learn the twist or the jerk?
Well, I don't learn it. It's kind of an easy thing. Like right now, I'm going dancing Friday.
You are?
And I think it's called Bachta. It's a Spanish dance thing, and it's basically an updated from what I gathered. It's an updated version of the salsa, and it's more on the fly. It's not the same move over and over. It's more with the music, which I identify hugely with because you don't look like you're messing up. So
The salsa, okay.
the salsa is very technical.
I'm trying to picture you with that, the move that is usually like the main move that they do. Is that what you're saying? They don't do that anymore? They don't.
No, it's just an updated version. In my opinion, I could be completely wrong. I don't know the Latin culture that well, but I'm learning.
Boy, you are. Okay. So you had one date, and you got sick to your stomach, and the next day, and then you didn't go out anymore. You said you had one date. I think that was the last time we talked when I left.
I've gone on a couple. We've hung
Since
out.
since
yeah,
then?
I make it work.
Okay. Well, I haven't talked to you, so
So
I'm glad to find that out.
yeah.
Good.
Well, I haven't screwed it up yet.
You haven't set your aspirations are, whatever your vision is of what this relationship's going to be. You haven't set that up.
I stopped asking that question a long time ago. I'm like, I'm just here for the good times.
I know you are. You're just in it to make sure that she feels comfortable and secure and feels good about herself.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's the only time I want to spend with her is making sure that happens. And then I'm like, all right, see you later. I want to go do my own thing now.
Yes.
That's why.
You've done that with every girl that you go with. Richard, I think
why
you start sensing, don't you, that they're getting a little tired of all the rules you set up and everything.
I don't call them rules. It's just who I am.
Okay, well, they
So
start
if you like it,
finding
you
out.
like it. If you don't, you don't.
Well, they start finding out what you really like, and
Yeah, really like. It's not like I changed.
And so-
that's what I've been doing day one. What are you talking about?
no, and so you start sensing, I think they're pulling back. So I'm gonna
No,
have to get a little
then
rougher.
I just let them go.
And then you just lay that LA attitude on them. Take it or leave it. I don't care. Get out of here. They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
And that way you have no heartache because no one broke your heart. They didn't.
Well, it's not necessarily that. It's just more of like clearly they're not happy. So why would I?
Want to make them miserable?
Yeah.
I thought you enjoyed that, but maybe not. Maybe you just want to make people feel good. You were so sweet at times when I've had either health issues or something tragic happens. You're so
that's
sweet.
because of karma.
Because
I
of,
figure if you're on your way out, I got to be as nice as possible, and then that way the last
last time
the last time I spoke to her, I was the sweetest man.
you're supposed to always say "I love you" or "you're so" before you because it may be the last time you said to him
Yeah,
instead of
that's the goal.
"Get out of here." Just get out of here. Go away. Because one time when we had that argument.
Well, that's actually one of that's one of the things I've been enjoying. I enjoy about being in a relationship with a woman is because I remember this one girl I was talking to, and she was basically saying like I need to fight for the relationship, or I need to like convince her. And
she told you.
she
you
told
need
me
to,
that, and I was like, convince you of what?
Oh.
And I told her, I go, the way I see it is through my actions and my behavior. That should be probably the most promising thing about convincing you. And if you need me to verbally tell you something, like I feel like there's a miscommunication then, because I'm here still.
I mean, that would have said like "see ya" after somebody said you're gonna have to fight for my.
Oh, and I was like,
affection.
nah, that's not how it works for me.
No, I know that's what I mean. I would have thought the minute that came out of her mouth, you would go like "goodbye," and that's it.
No, I just said, no, I'm not going to do that.
And then what did she say?
See you later.
She said, "See you
Yeah.
later." Oh, okay. Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Good.
I was like, all right, I did my best.
Well, But you do have a very, very big heart. You're so sweet. You are.
Yeah, I know.
It's just sickening. No, until somebody crosses you, and then you can shut down really fast.
I do.
Yeah, man, whenever I've done something or said something that you didn't like in the past when we were over at the other
Yeah.
studio, and like it made you mad or something, you would just totally shut down, and it became yes, no, okay, fine. Yeah, and that was just it was.
Well, that's a technique because basically my brain's going, we need to get this person out of your life as fast as possible
As fast as possible.
because there is a boiling point, and I don't want to hit that boiling point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have a day like that. My goal is not to have a day like that.
Yeah, you've never yelled. You've never
So
yelled.
I
at
need
me.
you to get out of my life for however long it needs to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was fine. And then I dragged Mark Hader back into your life. And he and
I
I
enjoy Mark.
were going to do a shot. I haven't talked to him so long.
He's been writing books. He's been doing a lot. I talked to him I would say like 6 months ago. He's doing a lot. I love to hear it from him.
Well, why don't... okay.
I don't know.
You may call him and see if he wants to come.
I would, yeah. I'll reach out to him and say you miss him, and just if he's
Yes.
bored.
Yes. Yeah, because that was fun. He called me at CVS, but it was a mistake call. He thought he was calling somebody else. And I was there waiting for medicine. And he goes, wait a minute, Cindy, this is Cindy. Is that you, Cindy? I said, yes, Mark, it's me. You call me, what's up? Are you okay? And so we started talking. And I didn't realize how long it had been since I talked to him because he had moved.
Yeah, he. That's the reason the show ended because they moved to Washington.
They rebuilt, yeah, and then they came back and they were going to build a house.
I think it was one of those. They had an extended period of time where they couldn't be here, or they could be anywhere in the world
Oh,
because of their house or something.
somebody was fixing that was right. They were
Something.
fixing the house.
So
and
they're
they
like,
went,
"Hey, I'm going to go see my brother, or
Yeah.
wife's sisters, one of those things," which is great.
yeah,
I think
So-
everyone should take a little break like that. It'd be great.
is he? I wonder if he's still doing the article for the Conroe Courier.
I don't know.
I think that's what he was.
Yeah, I don't read the
Yeah.
Courier.
Yeah. Sorry. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with Mark. And we were diametrically opposed in politics and everything. But we still were friends, and we went to church
Yeah.
together. And
Yeah. Well, you have to have that common bond. And
yes,
church was y'all's common bond,
yeah,
which is always funny to me. Because y'all still had disagreements
right.
at church, like in the church world.
No, we didn't disagree on anything there. It was just politically, and
Or biblical interpretations.
I think we interpreted them the same. I think it was still the same that way.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I that was always fun at ACU because everyone there was religious, but everyone was so different in their religious views and listening to people
Abilene
there.
Christian
Yeah.
University. Because it was funny. I think I remember the night you said, "Yeah, I went to ACU," and I went, "Oh, a brother," and so
Well, those Church of Christ people are a cult, dude.
no, we're not a cult. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I experienced it firsthand. Because I went to a private school, and I remember being in 5th grade, and everybody who went to the church that the school was associated with was in their own clique.
Oh,
and
well, I can
and
see
me,
that.
I'm like, I'm friends with everybody, so I've made friends with everybody, but not like real friends.
right,
So,
right.
Because I love this right
Uh-oh.
here.
What?
So some of my best friends, Tom and Dan, are twins. They're great. I love them.
Their name is Tom and Dan.
Yeah, or
and they're
Thomas and Dan.
twins?
They're twins. I've known them since I want to say sophomore in high school, and I remember going over. They lived the neighborhood over, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I got friends." Blah blah blah. And then I went over to their house, and I remember their mother going like, oh, so because she's a very religious woman, sweet woman, and she's like, oh, do you go to the church or the Bamwell church? And I was like, oh no. And she's like, I remember in some nice way, she was like, oh, I wish the boys would like meet somebody at that church because that's the church they went to, I think. But like all the friends they're making at the school are not don't attend it. I'm like, well, some of us don't attend it. I'm sorry.
Well, you know,
I remember it was something down the line with that. And I was like, man,
all the private schools were the places that you want to send your kids because that's where you felt they were going to learn the most and be most protected and be kept from the world and like all that kind of stuff. And
well,
little did they know.
Well, looking back at it, the way because I have friends my age who now have children, and they're debating the whole private school thing, and I'm like, well, hey, like, to me, it's an odds game. Meaning, like, I feel like going to private school will reduce the odds of something bad happening with your kid in development. Because like, there's always a chance of the kid being bad.
But preachers' kids, it's like
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's always there's always an odds thing, but it's like. But the unfortunate thing, and like, one thing I loved about the school I went to is it was almost like we were looked at like we were part of a family instead of just a student. So if we were acting up, everyone knew you were acting up. Mm-hmm. Like your mom, your dad, the school, the teachers,
principal,
like everybody knew. Like, oh, we better help this guy, or
Yeah.
So.
He's sinking in sin.
Or yeah, and then they'd be concerned.
Sure.
So
you'd find out something about it.
And I always thought that was a great way to go to a school that cared like that. And unfortunately, I bet there are some public schools like that. I bet there are. Because, I mean, the teachers are great, right? Teachers have a special kind of servant heart. But sometimes it's only with them. Like, they don't communicate with other teachers or whatever.
Right.
But that's the way, like, at the school I went to, it's very ingrained where everyone kind of knew what was going on and like what's the family situation. And so I think, if you have the means to send your kids to private school, I would take a look at it.
In Willis, when we moved to Willis, very small town, and they had this one school that everybody's going to go to, and I remember it was great because at that time, parents and grandparents were allowed to come in and have lunch with the kids.
They still can.
They were, No, you can't. No, they don't let anybody back.
Oh, there's a grandparents' day now, I think.
Oh, well, maybe that one day. But this was, I would go over there all the time and bring lunch to the kids and stuff. And I could go in there and sit down with the kids and eat. And it was, and then they said, no more, you can't go into the classroom when they're like in first grade or something and eat with them. And you can't go into the cafeteria anymore and eat with them. And to see a teacher, you have to have a meeting in another office and not go in there and say, hi, I just want to say hi.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was that kind of thing where you could,
I don't really know.
Wave at the kids.
Because I went with my friend to see his grandson. And I think it was like the whole week was like friends and family week.
Yeah.
Or something. Because I was curious. Like, are we just going just to go? Because we can do this a lot more. I had a good, I'd love to come see him, And he's like, no, it's just this week. Like, every day we have, someone can visit, like a grandparent or mom or whatever.
Well, what's bad is
we had lunch with them. And I felt bad because, like, a lot of other kids didn't have that. And I was like, maybe next time we'll just go to Pizza Hut or something, just get a bunch of pizza so all the kids can sit with us. Because I felt because we got sectioned off.
No, that's what I did. Whenever, I would buy pizzas for everybody. Wasn't that many people that had to eat, and so they were doing. I could just feel it going downhill because they were keeping the parents out further and further away from, separated, and they didn't want anybody disrupting a class. And I agree with that and all that, but going and having lunch with them and bringing them lunch, you couldn't bring them stuff anymore. You couldn't bring anything in, and they didn't. And so I had in the car, I had had Chick-fil-A that I was bringing in for them, and they said, you can't do that because the other kids don't have it, and it's not fair. And I went, oh, well, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So I went out and got brown sacks and put it in the brown sack, and then it was like, bringing liquor into the place.
That happens.
It
I mean,
was-
every school's a little different, I imagine. That's why I said, like, we should just bring pizzas next time. Go to
yeah. That,
go to Little Caesars and get
Right.
those hot and readies. Just be like, let's just get like 30 of these things, man. Let's just do it.
they would have loved that. Well, Samuel came to me and said, okay, Grandma, you got to make something for the lunch for my class because all parents are taking turns making lunches. And I went, well, okay, well, what do you mean cook? And he said, I don't know, just cook something. I said, when is it? And he said, tomorrow. And I went, okay, so I made my spaghetti, my bacon
ugh.
spaghetti.
Yo.
Now listen, and so I had laid everything out like a little buffet, and they had bread and and all these different things to go with it. And these kids would come up and go like, I love this. Can you give me the recipe for this? This is so good. And I said, I'm afraid for your parents to see what the recipe that we fed you today. And that was, what does that sound? What
I don't know.
is that coming from
Is that your phone?
in here?
I don't know. They must be
No.
they must be working on something.
No, it must be, yeah. That's great.
They're probably installing some type of sensor here for the meetings.
Well, are they any closer to starting to move?
I don't know yet.
I think we're going to be here one day, and all of a sudden,
the lights go off.
No, yeah.
And they're like, okay, you gotta go. No, I think I know the rec center's open now, like the pickleball courts and the workout area is open, but I haven't seen anything about the classrooms because I imagine what they're gonna do is they're gonna do it for the summer is when it starts, because that's kind of half of the reason that thing was built was for, I wouldn't call it necessarily daycare, but it's like after school or whatever they want to call it. I don't know what they call it these days.
but originally it was a high school or something, or
No, it's a brand new building.
that's a brand new building,
Yeah.
and it has like classrooms in it.
Yeah. It's meant for like after school or
Oh, and different educational
yeah.
post stuff. Oh,
But they have a huge gym for pickleball and they have a workout. I think it's gonna be pretty tight.
mm-hmm.
If everything works out, I have a gym and I got a shower right there. So I'm like, I'll probably just live there.
Maybe they have a little cafeteria.
No, it's where you bring me food.
I'm not bringing you any more food. You know how much. If I sat down and figured out how much,
And I never asked you to do that.
you never ever asked.
So don't even look at me for cost. Okay, I'm like, you don't have to do anything.
No, I spend money on food all the time. I mean,
Well, if it costs money to,
all the time, and I tip the if they're really sweet and they want to help me out to the car. And I said, "Do you want to help me, or are you going to bring the groceries too?" And he said, "No, I'm going to bring the groceries too," and because they'll say, "Can I help you out to the car?" And I said, "Okay, that'd be great." And we got out the car, and I tip them while we're standing there. I'll get a change and give them both, money. The one that sacked it and the one that, has to do with the hard work. And anyway,
I've had that job before.
and
I
they go
know.
like, "Go ahead and can we take, can I take you out to the car?" And I said, "Yeah, that would be great." And then I tip them again. And they're so sweet. HEB has really good.
Yeah,
good,
they got your number.
And they say, "Here she comes. She's coming."
That's her. She's gonna be mine.
And they'll say, "No, come in my line. Come in my line. Come on." No, but I think eventually, though, I think they should start naming the aisles after customers that are there every day and spend at least, $1,000 a month on groceries, but when I found out how to order groceries, that was the death of me. I always got my exercise walking around the store so much, and then that was good. But then all I have to do is pick up that phone and go, da, 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 and they'll be there in an hour and a half or something.
Pretty cool, right?
Have you ever ordered groceries
Yeah.
that brought to your house?
Oh, brought to my house? No, I picked them up.
Oh, the car. No, I haven't.
I always get weird looks from them because usually I order like the essentials, but then I go in and get what I want to like pick out. So like they'll put the stuff in my car, and right when they're like done, I just get out of my car and go into the store. They're like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, saves me, because what I try to do is I try to get my trip where I could just grab it in the carry basket. That way I can go to the 15 items or less, or like I can just get in and get out.
Yeah.
I don't have to. So like if we're doing like a cook or we're doing something big, I'll order it online. Like the soft drinks and that kind of stuff. And then,
Well, the worst thing is I ordered a roast, and I thought, oh, this roast is going to be horrible because some kid's going to go around there and pick that up.
that's what. Yeah, I would not add that to my order. I'd go in and get it.
That was really stupid. But I was really lucky because they brought a good one, and it turned out fine. It was.
There you go.
They must have asked a grown-up or something, because these kids that drag those things around and stand in the aisle, and everybody's mad because they can't get around them. But they have a hard life.
Yeah, I made the mistake of going there just for a couple soft drinks because we were doing stuff for the UFC fight and the football last weekend, and then my buddy texted me. He's like, "Hey, can you pick up two 12-packs of this?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, whatever." He's like, "Can you go buy Specs and pick this up?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, whatever." And then I'm like, as I'm driving, I'm like, "Oh, it's right, that freeze is coming." Oh, great. And then so like Specs was just crazy. And then right when I got to HEB, I had like 5 people in front of the soft drinks that I wanted to grab, and I was like, "All right, well, I just need 2." So I was like, "I'm coming in," and I just grabbed 2, and I'm like, "I'm out."
See, that was.
It was a crapshoot though. It was funny. I was like, and I text my buddy. I was like, "I love how you conveniently forgot like the simple things that I had to go get."
You had to go back and get.
Yeah, and I was like, but luckily it was only 2 items, so I was like, I didn't even get a cart. I was like, out.
Well, I was so stupid, and I know better. I got way too much food, and then because I just knew that, and I got all the
go
stuff.
donate it to the food pantry.
Well,
There you go. Problem
I
solved.
would have no.
And you feel good about yourself.
I don't know where's the food pantry.
I
the
think
one
it's
off
by
of-
you. I think it's by you actually.
Really?
Yeah, they have a relatively new facility. It's huge.
Well, I
It's
mean, I would have
nice.
given it to the church. The church has
Or
a
give
food
it. I
pantry.
don't give it to somebody. I don't care
Yeah.
who it is. Go.
But I
You know-
wouldn't. I
you know,
wouldn't even
you-
leave the house. I was just too cold.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day because these protests down here are ramping
Yeah.
up and they're getting great, and I was thinking, I was like, how funny it would be if somebody like puts like an ad out there on the same time, same day, be like food drive, and then you put like the boxes out there. I thought
Instead of people started.
So
Yeah, that would
it's
have made this. That would have made them so mad if you
that'd
did
have been
that.
so fun. I'm like, hey, we're just helping the hungry.
Yeah, isn't that what y'all
that'd
want
be
to do?
So funny.
No,
Oh.
we want to kill
Yeah,
somebody.
Yeah, they're doing another one pretty soon. I saw it.
How'd you find out about
I
it?
keep track of this stuff because I love it. So
Oh, so it
was also I try to keep track of what goes downtown because
Oh.
when people coming in and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh hey, by the way, there's some people protesting.
I just wish we could get an officer like we used to get with you know,
Officer Richard? You say officer or office?
the officer.
Officer Richard.
No, that's not that wasn't his name.
Well, the only guy I know I talk to all the
Deanie
time.
and he would.
Oh, okay. You mean the retired folks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
I thought you
was,
meant the actual patrolling guy that does the patrolling
Yeah.
down here.
No, I'd love to get someone that once a week come in and talk about, what's up with the police department and the firemen and a doctor and that kind of
Well,
thing.
no one wants to talk to you, Cindy. So
Oh, that's it.
I'm just kidding. We're getting some people in next week. We got to.
Next week? Okay.
We're getting some people in, and then we'll release it when I get all their names and everybody that's
Okay.
coming in.
Okay.
We're
All
getting
right.
Family Promise coming in, hopefully, and we got what do they call the Shriners coming in, and I think we're gonna get a local TV. I wouldn't call him a kid, but a young man who made a short film. He's going to be on your show. I'm working at it. I mean, when I show them your headshot, they just kind of like, I don't really know the vibe. The vibe.
She looks.
But Cindy, we do have to get going.
Oh, okay.
We will not be here tomorrow.
No.
So you'll be here next Tuesday.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I look forward to seeing you too.
And I really
Richard.
like your new shirt. You need to start branching out brighter colors.
And with vibrant colors.
Brighter. We need
Bright colors.
We need
Okay.
brighter colors.
Well, spring's coming sooner than we think, and then, because I like to try and be, like fashionably acceptable. No, I just wear all black all the time anyway. But I really appreciate the first responders. We all do. And we're so happy because every time I see a policeman, I'll say it's a cop. That's bad. A policeman, I go up and give him a hug.
Cat.
And I said, "Thank you so much for being here." And he went, "Oh, well, they just paid me. I'll show up, and here I am." And I'm not going to let anything happen to you. So, just don't get too far away. But I wonder if they hate that or they get sick of that when people come up and say, "Thank you so much for everything you do," and all that.
Why don't you talk to a person who served in the Army or Marines?
No,
Ask them. Ask them if they get sick of it. Thank you for your service.
No, that's what. And Samuel was so good about every time he saw someone in their gear, so he knew that they were in the Army, and he'd go over there and tell them, "Thank you for keeping us safe." It was so sweet.
Well, it depends on how the political swing goes. You either get like, I like you, or like, I want to beat you up. You never know.
Yes, but you first responders, you're always there running toward it as we're running away from it, and a lot of times that's said, but it's so true, and you're so brave and courageous, and thank you so much for what you do. Now, but moms are first responders, teachers are first responders, all the people in medical facility, we appreciate everybody. Anyway, we love you, and why don't you call somebody that you love?
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process of helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran Show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
God's Garage is a 501c3 that repairs and gives away cars for free to single moms, widows, and wives of deployed military. You can help God's Garage by donating a vehicle, volunteering your time, or by monetary donation. God's Garage is located at 2106 East Davis, Conroe. If you'd like to learn more about God's Garage, visit our website at godsgarage.org. Or you can contact us and we would be glad to come and make a presentation to your group.
Lone Star